I did say that I would open up for a couple of other questions from members of the public. Are there any particular? Yes, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, I want to bring your attention back to this recent employment tribunal case involving Chris Day. You mentioned the importance of making staff thrive. I've heard about your thorough whistleblowing statement, but the events of just a couple of weeks ago actually contradict some of the statements I've heard today. I'm Dr. Bob Gill, I'm a GP. My patients have been accessing your service for 18 years, as long as I've been there. I'm deeply worried by the standards of clinical care delivered by this trust. I want to address the board. So, as a person representing patients, NHS campaigners, health professionals, members of the public, we are deeply concerned about matters arising from our observations, reporting and court submissions relating to the June-July 2022 16-day employment tribunal hearing for the claimant Dr. Chris Day and the respondent Lewisham and Greenwich Trust. Below we set out the most important issues which require your urgent attention and further action. Concealment of key evidence and contempt of court. Board meeting notes, October 2018. Now this is from just a couple of weeks ago, where evidence was concealed from the tribunal. Lewisham and Greenwich Trust for 4 years denied the existence of a record of a board meeting that approved a settlement agreement between Dr. Day and the trust that took place on the evening of Sunday, the 14th of October 2018. We understand that the meeting record was hidden from Dr. Day and its existence denied to journalists, even a judge, which is contempt of court and a criminal offence. It appears that the board and Dr. Day were not in possession of the whole truth about each other's position when agreeing to the settlement. Kate Anderson, the Trust Board Director of Corporate Governance, who authored the meeting note, must have denied the existence to law firm Capsticks, as Miss Anderson was instructing client at the time. Poor governance, Ben Travis, CEO. Norman Lamb MP, Justin Madders MP, asked for a public inquiry into the Trust's handling of the Day case. Instead, Ben Travis of the Trust instructed Kate Anderson to conduct a formal review of the Trust, but the Trust failed to disclose to the court any record of the review. Now this is, I remind you, this is only a couple of weeks ago. No record of the review or any internal note or emails relating to it. Mr. Travis relied on this formal review to refuse the call for an independent review. Legal misrepresentation, Ben Travis. Ben Travis was criticised in an order dated the 2nd of September 2021 for failing to comply with discovery obligations.
But this isn't a courtroom. Can you summarise your case, please?
Okay, so the case is, we've just heard how the Trust is turning over a new leaf in terms of patient safety and whistleblowing. Yet only 2 weeks ago, we had the court deliberately misled, the concealment of evidence, the dribbling out of disclosures that should have taken place months before, contradictory evidence from Ben Travis, who in court in his submissions stated he wanted the case to run its course, but in presentation to the board, told the board that they should settle. So this is contradictory evidence by your CEO. There has been a major destruction of evidence, the deletion of evidence regarding the warnings that Dr. Chris Day gave to the Trust, the complete removal of Janet Lynch, Trust Director and instructing client from 2014 to 2019, the total deletion of her email, her NHS email, which we are told is permanently deleted, patient safety issues. Until this day, the Trust has sought to underplay the seriousness of Dr. Day's revelations, which include 2 deaths in the ICU as a result of poor supervision and lack of junior staff.
So that's the summary.
Hold on.
That's the summary.
I've got 2 more bullet points. The Trust, in public statements, lied to the press. This is going back to the Evening Standard in 2016. Your Director of Communications submitted to the court that he has taken it upon himself to destroy 90,000 emails relating to this case only 2 weeks ago. So these are massive interferences with the course, the running of a tribunal, which have significant impact on a fair hearing. So I would like to ask you, as the chair, what are you going to do? I've attended many meetings where the board seeks to paint a very rosy picture of the situation, but it does not match the reality. It does not match the reality of Dr. Chris Day's experience. It does not match the reality of what I saw unfold in the 16-day tribunal, and it doesn't match the experience of my patients on a daily basis who come back and tell me how long they've been waiting in A&E, how long they've been on waiting lists, what damage, preventable damage they have endured, which in some cases for my patients has led to their premature death. And I implore you to take these matters seriously and not surround yourself with people painting you a very glossy, rosy picture of the reality. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We will make a note of the comments in there to reassure members of the public and board members. I have begun discussions with NHS England about commissioning a review into the case, and my intention would be that review would be published and made public. So
well,
that is the nature of it. If you want to write to me separately with the
that was my final point. So I will.
That you would wish to see.
I've prepared a document. Some of these have been circulated. I would like to email it to you and the rest of the board. And there's a list of 8 important questions which I'd appreciate you answered in a timely manner. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Are there further points from? Yes, madam.
Just quickly reply to that, if I may. I think it should be a public inquiry because what has been said relates to patient care, to staff well-being. I was a NHS professional for many years, and if I've got a patient and nothing was done, it will sit on me forever. So I think a public inquiry would really help the whole situation.